Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Daily Antidote of Song, day 889. Thank you to Christiana and Bob, both of you. Christiana and Bob and Carolyn, both of you coming in with your beautiful 889 reminder signs. Everybody give it up for 889 days of the Daily Antidote of Song. Thank you to everybody in this room who is joining us today. Christiana just made it day 668 by flipping her sign upside down. I love it. So thank you everybody so much for coming today. Thanks to all the folks out there on Facebook Live. Let's give them a nice greeting. Hi everybody out there on Facebook. Thanks for joining us. We're glad you're here to sing along with today's new friend. This is New Friends Month here in the Daily Antidote Song. We are singing with new song leaders every single day and has been such an enjoyable journey. And I'm so glad you guys are all coming along for the ride. I want to say hello to Aaron coming in from Brooklyn, who's running our tech today. Hello. Hello to Maureen Andary, who's our song leader today. We'll get back to Maureen in a moment. Maureen, we're glad you're here. Coming in from Maryland, and I think, is that right? Maryland or Virginia? Virginia.
Washington, D.C. proper.
Woohoo! Washington,
the capital
DC,
city.
Not like us outliers over here in Tacoma Park who are like on the border. Hi to Deborah in Kentucky. Glad to see you. And Bonnie in Boise, Idaho. Nice to see you. Susan in Ohio. Hello. Hello, Curly Tops. Multitude of Curly Tops, probably at the breakfast table in Vermont. Great to see all of you. Hi to Christiana and Bob, and thank you again for the beautiful sign. Hi to Sarah in Texas. Glad you're here. Sheila in Florida. Nice to see you again. Hello, Luda and Victoria, reminding us all to be very loving. And in fact, today is an important day to be thinking a lot about love and friendship and humanity. Hi to Shari in New Hampshire. Glad to have you today. And Arlene in California. Hello. And hello to Renata, back in again from Wisconsin. Glad to have you. And I think I mentioned this, Renata's sister from Poland was in the room with us the other day when we had our singer here from Poland. It was super exciting. Hi to Susan in Seattle. Great to see you. Anne in Maryland. Hello. Carolyn in Boise. Glad you're here. And thank you also for the sign. Hello to Dan in Vienna, Virginia. Hello to Pauline in Newcastle with maybe William in the background. Hi, Bronwyn in Victoria. Hi, Sue in Massachusetts. Hello, Nancy's Irish Cow in Washington State. Hello to Brian coming in from Maryland, and Caroline in DC. Hello. And Jamie in Victoria. Hello. Let's all take a deep breath. That's the mid-hello breath. Hi to Trish in Victoria. Glad to see you and your person in the background. Hi, Deli in Maryland. Hello to Julie in Ontario. Also breakfast time over there, maybe. Hello to Kathy in Virginia. Glad to see your smile. Storm's hat with Storm somewhere underneath it. There he is. Nice to see you, Storm. Aloysius in Massachusetts. Kate, who has made her way up to Williamsburg, Virginia, from over on the other side of the pond in the UK. Hello to Penny, who is here from, Penny, I'm forgetting. Penny is here from Vancouver with Ralph potentially over there also. Hi to Lynn in Connecticut, Kat in Vermont, and other folks potentially still coming in the room. Hello to all of you. If we didn't get you on the hello end, we will get you on the goodbye end, as we like to say. Oh, and a little hello to Annette, who's just now coming in. So, everybody, today is a day where we are thinking about friendship and New Friends Week. And it is also obviously 9/11, a day when we have a lot of other things on our mind. And thinking about 9/11 is actually, I would say, after all of these years, become about much more than just 9/11. There have been so many happenings since then that have also broken our collective cultural heart. And I just want to say today that we're thinking, of course, about the victims and their families and all of the people who were affected by that, which in some ripple effect way is, of course, all of us, but also all of the people who've been affected by all of the different large-scale tragedies that have happened since then, including environmental tragedies, including mass shootings, including all of the stuff that seems to be affecting so many of us in so many different directions. So a moment of thoughtfulness going out to everybody. And it brings us to the idea of singing about friendship. What is the importance of friendship? And certainly one of them is carrying us through tough times. So I am going to welcome Maureen Andary, who is coming in from not Maryland and not Virginia. People actually live in DC. I'm going to welcome Maureen. I'm so glad that you're here. And if you would unmute and tell us what song you have chosen and teach us the chorus and sing it, we would be delighted.
Thank you so much, Joe. And I am one block from Maryland. I am in Tacoma, DC, so very close.
Oh, we're neighbors.
I can just see the congressional representation from my house. Votes in
That's great.
Congress. So anyway, I'm so grateful to be here, and it's definitely special for me to be here on 9/11. I went to NYU, New York University, and September 11th happened my second week in New York and my very first week of college classes when I was 18. And so it's really meaningful to me that the theme this year is friendship, because I was surrounded by young people who were barely my new friends. I had just met everybody I spent that time with. I had just met like 10 days before, and I made some incredible friends, and we definitely bonded through that tragedy, and it shaped our college experience, but our friendships shaped our college experience more. And I definitely am grateful for that experience with them. So I will share this song, and I'm gonna teach you all the chorus. The song is called Dear Friend, and it's an original song that I wrote in 2017. And the theme is that our friends help us be in the moment and get us present and enjoy laughter. So that's how. So there's two parts. There's an alto part and a sort of mezzo soprano part. So I'll teach you so there's a part for low voice and a part for high voice. Come into the room. Sorry, it's hard for me to go in, so it goes like this. You come into the room, and I forget myself, dear friend. And it goes, I need to see you soon, so I can laugh with you again. So that's how that goes. And then I'll teach you the higher part. If that's too low for you, it goes, you come into the room, and I forget myself. Oh wait, no, that's not it. Come into the room. Come. You come into the room. That's the original part. And I forget myself, dear friend. Okay. I need to see you soon, so I can laugh with you again. Here it is. You come into the room, and I forget myself, dear friend. I need to see you soon, so I can laugh with you again. Great, thank you. That's the thank you. I'm going to change it to gallery view so I can see all your beautiful faces. I love seeing some of you singing. Thank you, thank you. I hope it isn't too hard, but we'll get going. And thanks to Erin, she's posting the lyrics in the chat. So I'm going to get going now. I wake up, I feel blue. Get my robe, watch my roku. They say it's a day off, but I don't know what to do with myself. Sometimes I miss my schoolmates. just feels like everything is my fault. You come into the room and I forget myself, dear friend. I need to see you soon so I can laugh with you again. I just run from thing to thing. With my cell it goes ping ping. There isn't time for play. There aren't enough hours in the day. You come into the room and I forget myself, dear friend. I need to see you soon so I can laugh with you again.
Wow.
Thank you.
Oh, Maureen, thank you so much. That was so completely beautiful. I don't know what it is about a ukulele. It makes everything just so charming and poignant and, I don't know, nostalgic. And so it's like a new song that feels like we've always been singing it. And kudos to you. It's the melody of that song is amazing. I really, really love where you go with those notes. Unexpected. Yeah, beautiful. Really.
Well, this is one of the few songs I have where it's a finger style type of ukulele with, some instrumental playing. And I want to encourage those of you who haven't tried ukulele yet. It's a lot easier to do hard things on the ukulele. I can't play like that on the guitar because there's 6 strings and I can manage it with these 4 little strings. And this is a really cool ukulele. It's a kamaka, it's a koa wood uke from Hawaii. It's a soprano. And I have a student who gave this to me. I've been teaching ukulele for over a decade, and that student was just tired of this ukulele, and he gave it to me. And I was very touched, and it's probably my nicest one.
That's really cool. So I get Busy Graham, Carpe Diem Arts, who are, of course, the force behind this program, loves to say that if you can play 3 chords on the ukulele, you can sing like 1,500 songs or something like that. So it really is the right instrument to start on because, before too long, you can actually feel like you've got a musical body of work that you can sing along with. And do you teach ukulele? Is that right?
I do teach ukulele.
Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Well, I don't know if you noticed this little, there's a mural behind me because I'm in my basement and I for many years taught group classes in Tacoma, DC. I would have 10 or 15 people in my basement and we have a gorgeous mural and some spotlights and a stage and I host house concerts here. But since the pandemic, I haven't done that. And so, now, at the moment, it's my office, but I'm going to be opening up my space again this fall. I still have to schedule. It's going to start in late October. So keep your eye out for some ukulele dates, and they'll be on my website, which will be shared in the chat, maureenandary.com. And hopefully I'll see some of you there. I also teach with Carpe Diem from time to time, and I encourage you to partake in their classes because they're wonderful and they have great teachers.
So yeah, I think that's a really good plug for some really good uke classes for folks who are local here, DC area. Maureen, do you also teach virtual classes?
I do. So before the pandemic, believe it or not, I was teaching in person and on Zoom. I have a couple in Philadelphia who convinced me. They just really wanted me to be their teacher. And what I found is that people really like the flexibility. So a formula I found that works is having an in-person class and then doing an identical class on Zoom. And the thing that's so great about that is on Zoom, the classes are filmed. And so more people sign up for the in-person class because they can just take it on Zoom when they go out of town. Or if they're on a business trip or something, they don't miss class because they can do the Zoom, watch the recording after. So that's what I'll be doing in this year.
That's
So
really
excited.
cool. So folks in the room who are coming in from the UK or from Boise, Idaho, can they jump into your virtual classes even if they can't make an in-person one?
Absolutely. I used to have classes kind of in the morning, and now I don't, because I want people from, I've had students from California and Seattle, and if I had it at 10, it would be too early for them. So I try to have them 1 or 2 p.m. EST, and then that way people from anywhere can join and it's not too late.
That's great. Yeah, we've had the time zone issue is a really interesting one. So we are at noon now. We used to be at 10 when we very first started, but that did exclude California folks. But even at noon, our California singers come in sometimes looking like they're not really used to being up at 9 o'clock in the morning. And when we do things, like special events, if we host it in the afternoon, it gets really late for folks in the UK. And we've had folks that have come in from like Malaysia or Tokyo, in which case it's like a whole other universe. One of our hosts comes in from India, so it's 9 o'clock at night where she is. And it's just amazing, isn't it? Like how there isn't really an exact right time, but we're not doing so badly at getting everybody in here at some point or another. So tell us a little bit more about your amazing singing group, the Sweater Set.
Oh, the sweater set. So the sweater set. Okay, I grew up in DC, Chevy Chase, DC, as did my friend Sarah Curtin. She grew up in Friendship Heights, DC, whatever. And we met when we were 12. She was 11 and I was 13. And we sang in the teen choir together at our church, which is on Chevy Chase Circle. And we've been, so we grew up singing together and then both went to college and then were reunited in our early 20s. I was a finalist in the Mountain Stage New Song songwriting contest, and they said I could bring someone to sing harmonies. And I said, oh, wait, I haven't sang with Sarah since we were in high school. Let me give her a call. And we reunited, and it just sounded so great. And honestly, we sound like sisters singing together. She's more of an alto, I'm more of a mezzo-soprano, and we were able to take this duo all the way to touring. We were an opening act for Michelle Schacht, who was a folk artist from the 90s. We toured with her throughout England and Ireland and up and down the East Coast. And we ended up also being Strathmore Artists in Residence, and where we've performed a bunch at the Mansion and at various events. And now every few years I'm on the faculty at the Uke Fest at Strathmore. I've taught 4 or 5 of those, which I love, with Kathy Fink and Marcy Markser, who of course we all know and love. So I'm really grateful to be part of the DMV music scene, and Sarah and I just love it. And we're playing a private party on Saturday, so which is always fun. And yeah, we're out and about now that COVID is sort of winding down and our small children are vaccinated. I have 4-year-old twins, and she has 3-year-old twins. We both had twins very randomly, not planned. And so now that they're vaccinated, we're out performing again. And believe it or not, we actually still sing together. We are paid soloists at St. Bartholomew's Catholic Church on River Road. And we actually will be singing together tonight at 8 o'clock. We sing in a big rock band there that we're hired soloists for. And so it's really fun. She's kind of a soulmate of mine. So we also play a lot of instruments: guitar, ukulele, banjo, accordion.
That I love it. That is so fabulous. So is the thing tonight that you're playing in something that's a private?
No, it's tonight is just a church service. So it's St. Bartholomew's. It's a Catholic mass, but it's a Christian rock band, and we play like Christian radio hits, which are not, it's not the kind of music that I'm really into, but we have a blast. It's super fun. And there's like electric guitar and drums. So it's really cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So it's not sweater set because it's like, it's not like we're playing our original music, but it is fun nonetheless and free. So
that's great. So I think I saw on your website that you also are a producer. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh, so I wrote that I'm a producer because for years I produced house concerts and events. And I used to produce, interesting multi-level concerts. And, Sweater Set used to have a monthly showcase that I produced called the Sweater Set Sideshow, where we would book burlesque performers and fire artists to open for us. Awesome. And I used to have, my husband and I bought this house 7 years ago, and we built a stage and spotlights, and I used to produce a brunch concert series. So we would have you for $20, you could come and have brunch and watch a musician who was touring. We would only host touring artists to make it kind of special. Mm-hmm. So those are the kind of things that I produce. And I have produced a couple of albums with Sarah. And I have a self-produced album that I recorded myself. So, I think that any creative person is a producer of some sort.
That's very cool. I like that a lot. So I think also for a lot of creative people, you're wearing a lot of different hats, right?
Yes. Yeah. And I actually, before I became a professional musician, I was an events producer and planner. So many itineraries and things in New York and then in DC. So it definitely is in my background.
I saw DC Jazz Fest or something.
Yes, I did the logistics for DC Jazz Fest one year. I've helped produce some events at the Kennedy Center with Georgetown University. And I used to work at Bryant Park in Midtown Manhattan as an events manager.
Wow, that's so cool. Yeah, so actually, it's also interesting, folks who are in the performing arts, I think, oftentimes do find their way through different aspects like production or,
administration.
Yeah, administration, fundraising is one of the ones that we always end up doing, right? Because you have to do it because it's never funded enough by the folks who should be funding it. So, all right. Can we take a moment again just to bring this back to friendship before we sing again, and just talk about, so what I was thinking while we were singing is the idea that on a day like today where there's something that is in our nation's memory, that the idea doesn't have to be that you know someone who was personally affected by it, or even personally affected by so many of the other things that have happened since then, but the idea that you can think about someone that you know, a friend that you have, who oftentimes is in a position, or right now is in a position of needing an extra boost. And the idea that you reach out to somebody today and just say, hey friend, I'm glad you're there, I'm here. And it's nice to connect. Something where you just take sort of the weight of today and turn it into something that's about celebrating the connections that we are fortunate enough to have. And so I hope folks will, as a way of remembering today, find a way to also do a little giving back in whatever way you can, your own community or broader. And I'm going to take a moment to thank all of you in this room for being my friend, because this has been like the most amazing group of international friendships that have formed. And we all take care of each other in a lot of ways. And it's such, on a day when we're sad, it's such a good thing to be able to come here and see everyone making hearts and smiling and giving each other the support that we all need, not all the time, but a lot of the time, right? So, Maureen, do you have anything else to say about friendship besides singing about it?
I would just encourage everybody to make the effort to preserve and contribute to your friendships. I'm in that space where I'm a newer parent, and so it's really been challenging. I have to really put in more effort to keep my friendships intact. So I'm great. This is a good reminder for me. I'm as much talking to myself as to everyone else. So I'm really grateful to have some amazing friends. And thank you. I'm so grateful that you all tuned in today. So many friendly faces.
Yay, Maureen is part of our Daily Antidote family officially as of today, and we're glad to make a new friend with you, Maureen. How would you feel about singing the whole song again, not just a part of it, because it was just perfect all together?
Sure, I'd love to.
Great.
It's a short one. So let's do it together. I wake up, I feel blue. Get my robe, watch my roku. They say it's a day off, but I don't know what to do with myself. Sometimes I miss my school, miss the bell and the rules. They say I'm an adult, but it just feels like everything is my fault. You come into the room and I forget myself, dear friend. I need to see you soon so I can laugh with you again. I just run from thing to thing. With my cell it goes ping ping. There isn't time for play. There aren't enough hours in the day. You come into the room and I forget myself, dear friend. I need to see you soon so I can laugh with you again. Thank you. Oh. Thank you, everybody. Have a good Sunday.
Thank you so much. I think that Joe's mic might have stopped working just now, but we are so grateful for that song and this space. It really was the perfect way to spend today. What better way to spend a day like today than among, 30 or so of your closest friends. But thank you so much, Maureen. It was wonderful to meet you. It was so wonderful to have you come and officially join the Daily Antidote community. We're really excited that you are now part of our Daily Antidote of Song family, and we can't wait to have you back sometime soon.
And I would love to come back. And the message for today is keep your friendships going because you need them.
You do.
And that's kind of what my song is about. So,
and it's so easy to accidentally let them slip away, not in any big dramatic way, but just in the way that life gets in the way and you forget to reconnect. And let this be your opportunity to reach out to someone who you love deeply and maybe haven't talked to in a while for no particular reason.
Absolutely. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
And that is where we are going to end it for today. Everybody wave a big goodbye to all of our friends joining us out there on Facebook Live. Bye, Facebook. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.